This is a very generally edited 5 minutes of me playing Manor for the first time. No fancy tips, tricks or tutorials here. Enjoy! I'm just starting a new game here and getting the lay of the land, seeing where all the resources are, etc. Couple of Bambis in the bushes there. Just getting some houses built, getting these peasants useful. In this playthrough I'm learning as I go. I'm not really looking at tutorials or anything, so I'm figuring stuff out. I do actually recommend doing it this way too, because it's one thing to sort of know a little bit about what you're doing, do the tutorials and stuff, but there's such a charm in learning this all by yourself. If that's your thing, you know, that's my suggestion. Supplies are getting smashed by the weather here, so I'm going to move it to some high-tech storage. Pretty quickly getting into the swing of things, just figuring it all out, you know. So I'm thinking I'll start farming, get some hunting happening, I'll get some markets set up, fix this homelessness issue, remind the peasants of their place with my silk red cloak flowing behind me. And then to be honest with you, I'll just shit all that off and start a brand new game because I wasn't happy with my town. Alright, so here we are, brand new town, no more lacking commitment. I'm going to stick with this one, it's nice. So you can see the requirements of the level up for the civilization just here. Going for some better deals, because who doesn't love a good deal? Town's very quaint at the moment, but she's looking good. Don't be stupid like me and put your hunting camp on top of the animals, because they will run away and then you gotta go chase them down, which is annoying. So I've slapped my new hunting ground so deep into the forest that ants live there. Started trading some hides and some stone to get some money coming in. So we're at the end of the autumn months and I'm coming into my first winter. I don't know what to expect, so I end up just getting a lot of fuel, a lot of food, and it's sort of a non-event. It's fine. These things I picked up was that you don't have seasonal workers doing what wouldn't be available in winter, and focus on some buildings and some plans that you have for when winter's over, like crops and stuff like that for your farms. Before you know it, winter's over, and it turns out it just wasn't that big a deal. I was freaking out about winter to start with, but things are looking lush and delicious and green, and it's rainy, and it's all good, mate. We're all good. I spend the next few clear seasons just continuing to build my town. I spotto some enemies starting to get a little bit spicy on the hills, which is concerning because I haven't even got an army yet. And before we know it, it's winter again. But things are feeling very peaceful, almost too peaceful, like a calm before the storm. Town's starting to look pretty damn good now. Everybody's busy, everybody's got a job. I get a mining operation set up to try and get some metal for some military equipment, because things are about to get pretty hot. And I'm feeling a little bit like fish in a barrel with the armies I've seen crawling along the lands. We've got no choice but to get some troops together at this point. The enemy's starting to look very organised and very armoured. Just as I'm starting to get these crops sorted out, as I am figuring out this farming thing too, this dude at some point just starts walking his people through my lands, demonstrating an intimidation tactic, the equivalent of T-posing, standing right in front of me. It was more or less a false alarm, but it was a sign of things to come, so I got busy with the time that I had left, getting the harvesting happening, getting the town in order, etc, etc. But as it turns out, there was no time left. Old mate started invading the region right next to me, and it was time to fight back. Keeping in mind that I haven't looked at any of the tutorials or done any of this to figure out actually how to do combat. I'm going in blind, so it is an interesting test for my first proper foray into combat. Here we see a great example of my strategic military mind as I awkwardly fumble my men into what I call the diagonally challenged random assault. A few feet away we actually have the enemy pushing back, giving ground, trying to lure us out of the forest. This fight just ends up on too many fronts. It gets too messy, and despite our home advantage, these bastards just have the numbers. Funnily enough, this fight ends up right atop the corpse pit in my town, which would have been very convenient if I wasn't on the wrong end of it. Reinforcement mercenaries came, but they only really struggled in the end and we lost the battle, so GG. Pretty solid first run. Bit of a learning curve in this game, but keen to do a bit better next time around.